Aloha and welcome back. I'm Panther. And this is Lightmatter. I don't know why everything's shaking. I don't remember. Okay. Alright. Shaking's gonna bug me. Did it stop? It stopped. Okay, cool.
So, journalist, our time together is sadly at an end. The elevator is just upstairs. Listen, I know that I mentioned lawyers earlier. It's just that a man like me needs to be careful. I understand the need for journalists. People in power need to be held accountable. I'm no exception. I just hope you're fair when you write about me. Journalist, here's something for your exclusive. As you can probably imagine, I was a smart child. I built a calculator when I was 7 and made it solar-powered when I was 8. But the most I could ever get from my father was a half-hearted grunt of acknowledgement. Some would call that neglect. I call that motivation.
No, that's neglect. You just took it positively. It doesn't mean it didn't negatively affect you, dude. Oh, this is bad news, Bear. I did that wrong.
These platforms, they move fast, don't they? I have James race them. It forces my security manager to be in top physical condition. You see, I nurture the talents of my employees.
Okay. This is bad news bearers. Again. Yep. How did I do this last time? Oh, that's right. Ha! I'm an idiot. I keep jumping steps.
Listen, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but without me, you would be lost forever. So here's an idea for your front page. Leader shows me the light in a moment of darkness. Write it down.
There. It's literally that simple. I just overcomplicated things.
Well done, journalist. When you meet James, ask him to check the time and tell him that I won. See you on the other side.
Oop, can't go that way. Just a sec. I need something to drink. What the hell is that thing? It's a weird type of pendulum. You guys can guess.
It's out of control! It's completely out of control! Listen, I'll think of something. Start heading back. I'll tell you when to stop.
Fuck off.
Trying to sabotage Lightmatter. I just snuck into Arthur's office, and it's worse than I thought. Arthur is trying to sabotage Lightmatter. It's not just poisonings. I found the schematics for his experiment on the core. He's not trying to improve it. He's trying to overload it. If he manages to do that, we are all going to die. I am not going to let Arthur ruin our future. I have to get to Virgil. Arthur is after me. Whoever finds this, if it's not too late, tell Virgil that Arthur needs to be stopped.
Yep. Oh boy.
All right now, pay close attention. It seems that when it comes to you, nothing can ever be simple. That elevator was your quickest way out. But I have an idea, and it involves making this partnership mutually beneficial. You are going to be my assistant. Try to contain yourself. You will be moving deeper into the facility through our research and development department. Before I allow you in, I would like to make something abundantly clear. Be careful with what you touch, and no photographs. I'll tell you more about the plan as I work out the details. Do not make me regret this, and remember to do exactly as I say.
The really trippy stuff starts to happen. Around here. Is this the one?
So, assistant, this is where we develop our photon connectors. Everything you see here is confidential, expensive, and fragile. Don't treat it like you treat my elevators. Or bridges.
The hell?
Behold, a photon connector. Ah, a beam of light so magnificent, it almost looks like matter being created before you.
If you haven't guessed, that's why he's called it Lightmatter. Guy is so one note.
Fascinating, isn't it? The connectors suspend photon crystals over electromagnets. As long as they're in line of sight to what I call a mother source, they create a powerful beam of light matter. A beam so powerful that it produces a surplus of energy. Although the connectors are just prototypes for the core, they display the very essence of light matter.
Everything's fine. Turn around, die.
Know this. Without the technology behind the connectors, photon crystals would be no better than diamonds. Boring and devoid of function. The crystals possess great power, but it's my technology that releases and tames that power.
There. Pretty much everything about these puzzles means you cannot take them with you.
Assistant, I think a lot about the future. In these labs, I've spent years testing the prototypes under various conditions, all to ensure the success of the core. You see, although the photon connectors have 100.2% conversion efficiency, I've reached 107% with the core. I achieved critical mass. And Arthur wanted to stop at the prototype. Madness. He was so certain that the laws of physics were unbreakable. That is where we differed. Where he saw laws, I saw suggestions.
Right. I remember now. I like working with these because although they require some line of sight and stuff like that, they illuminate right next to them. So you are relatively safe holding them. You just have to worry about the color of the beam. The redder it is, the closer it is to not functioning. Ta-da! Back up around. There. Oh, right. No. I did that wrong. I did that very wrong. I remember now. Itchy. There. That is crucial for the next part.
In that tunnel, we expose the photon connectors to wind, water, and hail. These tests ensure that the core, no matter the weather, will survive. You are no crystal, but you should be able to handle a couple of rounds through it. Excellent. You have overcome an obstacle and been baptized in the waters of Lightmatter. I can almost imagine the stench of journalist fading away.
There.
Ah, the core. No matter how many times we see it, it leaves us in awe, doesn't it, Assistant? This is everything Lightmatter Technologies has built towards. Every power cell, every connector, all of them combine to create this. By using photon power cells to collect the energy from a large-scale beam of light matter, I built a perpetual motion machine. Facts are facts. The energy is clean, infinite, and is about to usher in the next scientific revolution. Others will stand on my shoulders and see further than they have ever before. That will be my legacy. We will fix the side effects. Let us ignore the quakes for now. Imagine at the center of a city, a core, providing sustainable and renewable energy to millions. That is the future we are striving for.
I remember now.
Now, you probably have your own ideas about the applications of light matter, but there's no need to write them down. We have given a small-scale prototype to a test town of 500 inhabitants. For the first time, these townspeople have access to a steady energy source. They are now thriving.
Right, yeah.
Assistant, I now have the plan. To get you out, we are shutting down the core. When I left earlier, my path down there was blocked. And since I'm limited by my body, but not my mind, I wasn't able to get around the obstacles. As you have the opposite problem, you'll play a part in this. The core is very delicate, so I'll be up here in my control room managing the shutdown. As my assistant, you'll be the one pulling the lever. When I told James of this plan, he seemed jealous.
I'm going off of memory.
You might be wondering why there are photon connectors inside an office space. Well, morale was low because of the rampant hair loss, so I implemented a photon fun hour. During their breaks, employees were allowed to play with the connectors. Productivity rose by 12%.
A lot of these individuals will play around with raising productivity by XXX and stuff like that, because they don't want to tell you the whole truth. The whole truth often involves them. Ta-da! Cool. Quote unquote, raising productivity at the cost of.
So, James just called me. He's worried that since you've been weightlifting pens all your life, you have too frail a constitution to pull a lever. Let's see if he's right.
They often cost the workers' mental fortitudes. Down.
Assistant, you need to know what will happen after the temporary shutdown. Once the core is off, the quakes and shadow anomalies will subside, allowing you to walk your fragile little head out of here. But more importantly, observing the shutdown will provide me the information I need to fix the side effects permanently. The core will repower, and it will shine eternally.
This one got me because I didn't realize I could do this until sometime later.
Do you want to hear a secret? Aperture Science has an artificial intelligence prototype. They tested it by having it create the perfect cake recipe. It succeeded, but the first iterations of that recipe used neurotoxin as the primary ingredient. As a human being, I'm worried.
Ain't that a fucking hoot? Oh God. Oh man. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look up whether or not these guys had anything to do with the Portal game, because I mean, saying Aperture, it's not. If I remember correctly, that's not trademarked. This song is. I'm gonna leave it off here. I will catch you all in the next episode. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.